I'm going to just cover briefly about why you really need to change your mindset and how you run your business, or how you think you should run your business, and not to run a tourism business. So we'll come on to why I say that in a second. We're going to show you some Facebook ad strategies and real life examples. So this is giving you my take on what we see working on Facebook if you're doing Facebook ads, as well as some real life examples of what's happened pre-COVID and during COVID as well. And then I'm going to show you some video marketing strategies, as well as highlight some videos that I like and why I like them, and things that you can do as well. So, so quite a few things to cover today. Oh yes, and how you can create video on any budget. We'll be sort of discussing that as well. A little quick background about me. I have 26 years brand development and marketing experience. For the last 13 years, I've been running my own agency, the Tourism Marketing Agency, focusing on tourism, specifically tours and activities. And that's allowed us to work with some of the biggest brands in the world, including Julia Travel, Greyline, who are the oldest and largest sightseeing company in the world. About 90% of our customer base is actually international. So this has really allowed me to gain some really good insights into how different tourism businesses and different destinations sort of tick, what makes them successful and what makes marketing successful in these various destinations. But ultimately, this is what your customer sees. When you are trying to market your business, there is so much brand and marketing clutter out there. Now, how do you cut through this clutter to make your brand stand out? And it is very difficult, especially in today's world. It has gotten more and more difficult. And it's one of the reasons why that I say no, and the truth that I generally sort of say is, do not run a tourism business. That may seem a bit of an oxymoron, as most of you will probably be running tourism businesses. But the reason why I say that is you really need to become a media company. Changing your mindset to become a media company, thinking about what type of media, what type of ads, what type of content that you can put out there should be at the fore. And it's just that you happen to run a tourism type business, you happen to have tourism products or a tourism experience or whatever that would be. But changing your mindset away from running a tourism business to becoming a media company with that tourism focus helps you in your business and helps you produce the type of content to get out there, because content is ultimately what people are looking for, especially in this day and age when everyone is on their laptops and phones a lot more than they used to be, because we're in lockdown, because of all the different things that are happening in the world. The dreaming phase of tourism which is usually 2 to 3 weeks or maybe a couple of months, depending on the product, has now been the last 10 months. So the dreaming phase is a lot longer now than what it normally is. But by becoming a media company, it really involves you putting out meaningful content about your niche to drive traffic to your website or other marketing channels. And that is ultimately the goal that we want to try to achieve for anyone who we help, for example. So paid advertising, of course, is a huge aspect of that. But ultimately, if you can get to a position in 2 or 3 years' time where content is driving most of your sales, so you can spend less on paid advertising, that is ultimately where you want to get to. And having that media company mindset is going to do that for you. If you actually think about the amount of content you have to produce just to stay relevant, just to get out there and be in front of customers, is sometimes overwhelming. So picking and choosing your battles, finding the right type of content to put out there, the right platforms to use is vitally important. And this is why you need to have that media company mindset. Because ultimately you want to change this into this. By producing really good content, by producing content that is meaningful, by producing content that is from a personal level. When it comes to marketing, I prefer marketing where you're really diving deep into a business, where you're telling the personal stories of the owners, the tour guides, the hotel staff, whatever type of tourism business you run. It's really telling the stories of the people behind that, and the real life stories behind that. That is what will help get eyeballs to your website. That's what will help build awareness and trust in your brand. And when you do that, that is when someone is more likely to buy from you as well. So it's why I say that media company mindset. Now, I want to go on to Facebook advertising. For me, Facebook ads is the best platform for reaching your target audience out there. Don't get me wrong, Google ads is vitally important. Google ads can be hugely successful for a lot of businesses. But from my opinion and from what we see and from the trends that we see, Facebook is actually producing more results at this moment in time than Google Ads. And it's because people are going through that dreaming phase, as I say, and people are looking for things to do or wish that they could be doing, but just can't at this moment in time. So giving people ideas, giving them hope that they can do these things, giving them inspiration. This is all stuff that you should be doing now. Facebook ads can help drive that. But producing ads on Facebook isn't just about producing an ad on a product, getting it out there and hoping someone will buy. You may get a few sales from that, which is great. But ultimately, it's a different approach to Facebook. And that's what I'm going to discuss today in terms of how you should approach it, how you should produce the ads, to take your customers along that journey of knowing and trusting your brand before they then inquire or book through your business. So in this, we're going to just quickly cover and understand the purchase journey, show you, I hate to use the word funnel, but I'm going to give you an overview of the funnel that we use to help drive that traffic through the journey, as well as maybe giving some quick tips throughout this as well, and as well as live examples. So let's quickly look at the customer journey. So customer, when it comes to Facebook ads, the three main parts of the journey is usually the dreaming, the planning, and the booking. As I say, the dreaming stage at this moment in time has been the last 10 months or so. The dreaming stage is, we've all been looking at things that we wish we could be doing, we want to do when lockdowns are lifted, we want to, when borders are open up, etc., etc. So the dreaming phase is an important phase at this moment in time, because if you can produce content that gets in front of people, that inspires them, that excites them, playing on their desires, they are more likely to return when things do improve and come back to your business. Even, and I'll show examples later on, but people are inquiring just now in terms of booking dates later in the year or next year. The demand is huge. The pent-up demand is incredible, and people are looking to do something. It's just when that's going to happen is the big question at the moment. And this is what the Facebook funnel, as I call it, takes you through. It takes you through the dreaming stage, helps you with the planning, and then obviously the purchase and the booking. So let me quickly go over the funnel and how this works. So the first stage is brand awareness. So you create an ad for brand awareness. So this just basically lets your target audience know that you exist. Then we maybe add another ad for a free value proposition. So this is giving your customers something of value, whether that's a downloadable guide or some other form for them to pass on their contact details to you. Then you would hit them with what I call a trust ad. This is to create trust in your brand and your product, make them excited. And then that's when you start maybe doing more ads in terms of asking for the sale. But you should never do a sales-driven ad without doing the other three steps first. So let's just quickly go through how these possibly are. So the brand awareness ad, I have here a sort of made-up food drink tour company in Glasgow. It's an ad which will go to a landing page, giving the person more information and exciting them with good content, images and videos, really exciting them. It's like a one-page landing page, and giving them really good excitement in terms of what they can do when they're in Glasgow, or if they were visiting Glasgow, and the type of food that they can, and basically how good you are as a company. So the purpose of this ad is to drive traffic to your website and raise the brand awareness. So because this is based in Glasgow, we're targeting Glasgow, 50-mile radius, people who are interested in food, drink, who are foodies, all these things you can target directly on Facebook and then some. We're only putting a budget in of this to £5 to £10 a day. So this is targeting your specific audience for no more than £10 a day. And then we move on to the free value ad. So anyone who's landed on that landing page, so you've done all the work in terms of your target audience to land on that landing page. So all the ads following on from that will only be seen by people who have landed on that landing page. So it's going to be super targeted, and then starting to take people down that journey. So you don't need to go back into creating new targets for the other ads, because you've done that work with the first ad. So this is targeting people who landed on that landing page. And in this instance, we want them to download a free cookbook that this company has created, which contains 12 recipes from the top chefs that they frequent in the restaurants and establishments that they take the travelers and their guests out to. So the offer of this is to offer something of value in exchange for them their email address. No one is going to sign up for a newsletter if you're not going to give something back in return, whether that's a downloadable guide, whether that's a discount code, whether that's whatever that is that you're trying to do. You have to offer something of value because you're basically buying the permission for that person for you to email them. You're only targeting visitors to the website, like I say, and you only need to put in £2 to £5 per day at the beginning to target this because you've done all the targeting with the first ad. And following on from this, anyone who signs up to get the book, they will also get maybe 6 emails following up from that once per week, once every couple of weeks, of further guides, further inspiration to take them along that journey to excite them towards hopefully making a booking. But one of the things I always see when I have come on websites, it happens more often than not, this is what you normally see when you see a newsletter sign up. Subscribe now, write your email, get in touch. That's not going to entice anyone. Please don't have that. If you have that, you really need to change it. No one's going to sign up for that. Or you want to have something that's going to maybe grab their attention a little bit more. So something like this as an example. Grab your copy of the exclusive cookbook, which includes our top 12 recipes as voted by our customers. They sign up, they get the book in an email series, and then you're good to go. It's just enticing them that little bit more. Because what you normally see is a newsletter sign up hidden away somewhere in the footer. We'll have something like this which is a little bit more prominent and get people to leave those details, because ultimately that's what you want. By capturing email details, you have them for future marketing. You can upload that information into Facebook to target them specifically as well. Do all these things that you can do with Facebook. So grabbing email addresses is such a huge aspect. It's not just about sending out emails. It can affect other marketing platforms and everything as well. So the email series, again, when they sign up, it's all part of the free value ad. So they get this automatically. And what we find is plain text emails with an email signature at the bottom as if it's came from a person, even though these are sent out automatically. It looks as if it's came from you personally or someone in your business personally. We find that this has better click-through rates and better read-through rates than a highly graphical email full of promotions and everything else. So we tend to find plain text email with soft sales links, with soft links off to product pages or something, some sort of soft call to action. That tends to get you better results by doing something like this. That's what we find anyway. Then you produce a trust ad. So this could be more, I love video and video ads. So this could be more of a video. No, what you want to do is maybe produce something that's no more than 1 to 2 minutes long. And this is continuing the value to the customer by building trust in your brand, showcasing what they can experience in that, whatever your product is, really highlighting the benefits of it. And again, this is only targeting people who visited your website and downloaded the guide. Again, but not targeting people who may have already booked or signed up. So you're getting those people who haven't done the main call to action that you want to do in the business. So again, it's been super targeted onto the people who landed on that page. And again, £2 to £5 a day would be more than adequate enough for this. And if you're getting lots of inquiries through it, ramp up the budget until you get to a place where you're comfortable and you're getting lots and lots of leads and bookings from it. And then right at the end, you may have more of a sales ad. Again, could be video, could be photographic ad, or carousel ad, whatever that would be. And maybe this would be a little bit more sales focused. But again, it's to continue that journey. Well, maybe about 30-second long video if you're using video. And it's with this one, you're maybe targeting people who downloaded the guide, who visited the website but have yet to purchase. And this is like your final, okay, look, do you want to buy this? Are you interested? And again, remember, you're taking the people down the journey. You're getting rid of some time wasters who are never going to buy from you anyway, and really getting down to the people who are really wanting to know more about your business and trust your business and hopefully will buy from you. And you can also use ads like this for past customers. So you can upload your past customers into Facebook to target them with this whole funnel or target them with specific ads as well. So you can even do things like that. That's why it's so important to grab email addresses and contact details. And again, £2 to £5 per day would be more than enough for this type of ad. So again, brand awareness ad, leading into a free value ad, leading into a trust ad, then ultimately a sales ad at the end. £20 to £25 per day budget is all you really need for that, which is the cost of one sort of low cost day tour per day. So it's not a huge budget by any stretch of the imagination. And all 4 ads would run at the same time. So depending on how the consumer interacts with your brand, they'll see different ads at different times. So here's just, again, a little brief overview from a sketch that I have done. I'm going to show you some stuff that we've done for customers in the past. So the awareness phase, this is all about promoting your experience, highlighting why you're great at what you do, really enticing and whetting their appetite. This could go to a landing page. Once I've interacted with that, you may do a third ad, which can then lead off to a Facebook form, so they don't even need to go back to the landing page. They can fill out a form in Facebook to inquire or book or something along those sort of lines. Wherever they sign up, whether it's on a landing page or Facebook, they get an email series, they get the downloadable guide if you're doing that. Then ultimately the growth phase is all about trying to get that sale at the end. So let me just show you some real life examples. So the first example I'm going to show you is a successful campaign which happened pre-COVID. So this was for a company in Ireland, and they wanted to get people to visit the island off of Ireland, not easy to say, called Skellig Michael. It was used in the recent Star Wars films where Luke Skywalker was hiding out. So we created two posts, two landing pages, one which had a big Star Wars influence and for people who love Star Wars, and one that people who didn't care for Star Wars. And both ads were targeting different audiences. Those ads went to the landing pages. People who landed on those landing pages saw another ad asking them, hey, would you like some free travel guides of Ireland? Sign up here and you would get those guides sent out to you, which was over 6 or so emails. Anyone who signed up and did the interactions were served a really nice video ad showing them the details of Skellig Michael. It was only 60 seconds and it really highlighted what they could experience when they were there. And then there was a sort of sales ad, more carousel for those stragglers at the end, obviously going to a product page. But at every moment during that journey, they all had the opportunity to book, whether it's from the landing pages, whether it's from the email series or some of the other ads, they would all get an opportunity to purchase or inquire or whatever it is that you want to do in your business. And just a quick tip, when you're doing ads, whether it's photograph or video, make them square. If you make them square, you take up more real estate in news feeds and on mobile feeds, and allows you to block out other ads and other information. So your ad or your post is going to take up more real estate. So square tends to work best in video and on photographic ads as well. And just makes your ads stand out a lot more. And you can get more information, and especially if people tend to not listen to audio much, and especially if they're on a mobile phone, they'll just scroll past. The stats of people watching a video on Facebook without audio is staggering. So having subtitles, things like that as well, can be really important as well, or text on the video. So if you had this whole campaign running through Facebook, but it didn't stop there, we also had Google display ads. So if they did go off and visit another website, if that website allowed ads, they could still see ads served from the same business to entice them back as well. So you can still use Google Ads to help run with help enhance the Facebook campaign as well. So for these, we were targeting people in America because a lot of people in America love coming to Ireland because of heritage and all the other things that comes with it. We focused on the destinations that have a high concentration of expats or Irish immigrants or people with an Irish past. We had pretty much the same demographics, but one, we said people who love Star Wars as well, have an interest in Star Wars, and one who excluded the love of Star Wars. So the results were really encouraging. So between December and February, that was just before the lockdowns came in, the spend of that was just over 1,600 euros. They had 25 sales. So this is a multi-day tour company, so a higher price ticket. But the revenue generated from that was close to 72,000 euros from Facebook, from the leads that received. So that was an ROI of over 4,000%. And that was from a €1,600 euro spend to get 72,000 euros was such an incredible feat. This next one is actually from a UK business, and this happened during COVID. So this was only a few months ago. It does say from July till now. It actually stopped last month, so apologies for that. So we were running this campaign. This was for chauffeur-driven tours to the Cotswolds in the Lake District. So this operator picks people up from London which we were targeting. We're targeting people in the city of London for them to escape the city and come out to the Cotswolds in the Lake District. It would pick them up, take them out for a day trip around one of those destinations, or if they wanted to stay for a weekend, they could do that as well. So during the campaign, this customer spent just over £1,700 on the whole campaign. We targeted people from Dover in Kent, London, 40-mile radius, between 28 to 65-year-olds, people who had interests in the Lake District and the Cotswolds, more inclined to go for more luxury goods, who were frequent travellers, that type of thing. The ads that we run, again, using square images, talking about one-day trips to the Cotswolds, your dream staycation. Some of the ads actually had the price in there, so it was pre-qualifying them. So whether it was at the low price or the high price, depending on the tour, we actually had that in the ads, so it would stop so many people inquiring. Because this was all about inquiries rather than bookings. It was getting those inquiries for a custom-made itinerary. So it sort of stopped people inquiring if they saw one of the ads saying the tour was £400, for example, or something like that. And obviously, I can't show the details because of GDPR, but within the space of 2 to 3 months, they had 385 inquiries from people in London looking to escape London and come to the Cotswolds. The pent-up demand was huge. So if you go by their cheapest product, they spent £1,700. They got 386 leads in total. So revenue going from the cheapest to the most expensive could be anywhere between £27,000 up to £191,000. So that could be a potential ROI of anything between 1,400 to 10,500%. Obviously, they're not going to close all 386. Industry average for close rates around 4 or 5%. So even if they were to close 4 or 5%, they would still make more than what they spent on Facebook ads. And this was all inquiry based. It was all going to a landing page with a form. Do you want a quote? Filling out the form, filling out the details of dates they would like to travel, where they would like to go to, whether it's Cotswolds or Lake District, and filling all that information out and then asking for that quote or itinerary. So it was highly qualified leads. The other one I want to talk about quickly is Cool Travel Iceland. Iceland wanted to, this company wanted to target people in America to come to Iceland as well, to experience Iceland. We actually targeted places in the UK, people in the UK as well with this campaign. Again, following the whole awareness, trust and growth, getting people to a landing page, knowing more about Iceland, then serving them with an inspirational video and then the sort of sales ad at the end. So for this one, again, it was all inquiry based. And that's what we're finding just happening just now is, yes, because of COVID, there isn't that many bookings happening, but people are inquiring because they have questions, because they want to know if they make a payment, are they going to lose a deposit? So inquiries are huge just now. So even if you do not necessarily normally offer an inquiry-based option, I would urge you to do so now, because that's what we're seeing a lot more in terms of sales leads and things like coming through as inquiries. So this company spent $842. They got 192 leads in the space of 2 months. And the potential revenue for that at their very lowest product was $11,500. So again, potential ROI of $1,200. But again, that was us just going from their very lowest product. They have many, many products offering various ranges. But again, potential revenue, even if they don't close them all, they're still going to make money more than what they spent. And one of the ads that we ran for this was something like this. It was uncover the true magic of Iceland, really highlighting why Iceland's a great place to go to. I happen to love Iceland as well. I think it's a great destination. The video really highlighted what they could achieve, and it was more about private tours and self-drive tours and self-guided tours. It was the focus of this. The video ad itself had 567 people liking and things like that. 49 comments. It actually had a lot of shares as well. So the campaign was super successful on its own. And in fact, what I want to do is quickly show you the video, and this will lead on to the video sort of aspect of of this workshop. I just wanted to show you the video that we produced for this ad. The reason why I want to show you will become clear when I give you some information at the end of it. But let's watch the video first, and I'll give you some information on that. Now, as I say, that video produced lots of likes, shares, comments. That video cost $60 or £60 to put together. In fact, it was £30 to put together. All using stock footage, because they never had any video footage. So we found lots and lots of free stock footage on various libraries. We bought some music, which was the £30, and we edited it together for them. And that has produced that many leads. In fact, in the whole campaign, it was over a month or two, the whole campaign has produced over 300 leads, close to 400, and all from a £30 ad. That's how effective video can be. This is, you don't need to break the bank to do these sort of videos for Facebook campaigns or for any other campaigns. It can be done very cost effectively. If you have your own footage, even better. This company didn't. We source footage, put the ad together, and it's produced those results. So the whole thing about the Facebook is to take your customers along a journey to know and trust your brand. And through that time, you will have a steady stream of inquiries and bookings. And this is what we see time and time again. You have to approach Facebook in a different way compared to, say, something like Google Ads, where someone is searching for something they've maybe already got in their minds. Facebook is more about discovery. So you have to have that in your mind when you're doing Facebook ads. That leads us on to video, the last part of this workshop. Video for me is hands down one of the best marketing tools you can use. I love video. I love producing video for campaigns. I love seeing video for campaigns. It just gets across the message so much quicker. I'll quickly run through some of the reasons why and then show some examples before we finish up. So why is video important? Well, it helps build brand relationships. Myself booked up with a company when I visited Japan many years ago. That all stemmed from watching a video of a tour guide talking about what you would experience over there. And what happened was when I went to Japan, it happened to be that tour guide who was on that video. He met us at the airport. He took us around Japan for a couple of weeks before we went off and did our own thing for a couple of weeks after that. And we're still friends on Facebook. We still talk. He started his family. We want to go back to Japan with my own kids. My own kids are a little bit older. It's built up those relationships, not just with the business, but with the people behind it. And it's the reason why I say, getting your own staff, your own tour guides, your own people within your own business at the forefront of your marketing is very, very important. It creates that connection with your potential customer. Like I say, it builds those lasting relationships. We're still friends on Facebook. We still want to go back, and we will go back to that company because of that tour guide. But the average user also watches around 32 videos per month online. I actually think it's a lot more than this now, but it's the stats that we looked at a while back. It was 32 videos per month online that people watch. But 79% of travelers will search YouTube for ideas of places where they would like to go, destinations that they would like to go to. But 67% of them still have yet to select a destination. So this is why producing really good video about your destination, not necessarily about your products, not necessarily about your business, but highlighting why your destination is the best destination to visit. People are looking for inspiration, especially now with everything that's going on. They're looking for inspiration. So not just videos about your products, your services, or whatever you offer, more about your destination, what's in and around your destination, the partners that you have, the other businesses in the destination, the locals in the destination. What is that potential traveler going to experience? But at the stat that really blows me away is consumers process information with video 60,000 times faster than written form. Don't get me wrong, written form is highly important for people who like to read that type of information. It's good for SEO, good for rankings. But by having a video, people can process that information 60,000 times faster. So that's someone potentially watching your video and getting through to your book button or inquiry button 60,000 times faster. So that's why video is so important. But you can film in any budget, just like I've shown with that other video. You can shoot using, or you can use stock footage if you really need to, but you can still produce really good ads that are producing results. You can produce, filming on a smartphone, these iPhones and other devices shooting 4K video these days, the quality is incredible. So there is no real excuse of not using video because you have the tools in your pocket to do these sort of things. Now, a quick video I want to show is from Greyline Iceland. They produce a little series of 60-second ads highlighting a particular part of their culture about Iceland, etc. And there's a fun aspect to them as well. So let me show you this video. And this was all filmed on an iPhone, no big budget, but these campaigns have been working very, very well for Greyline Iceland.
that I feel sometimes that we Icelanders are misunderstood. I think it is simply a cultural difference. For example, do you know how to say please in Icelandic? We don't. We don't say please. It's just not in our vocabulary. We're Vikings, for heaven's sakes. Do you know the equivalent for please is gerðu það, which quite literally means do it. That's our please.
So yeah, just a series of quick videos that they produce from different guides, highlighting a fun or quirky aspect of their culture. There was other things as well in the campaigns, but filmed on a phone. And these sort of campaigns have produced really good results for these guys and got them more bookings. And it's something they could do very quickly on a phone. Like I said, there's no excuse not to use video. So that's producing stuff like that is free, plus your time to basically do it. So you can use tools like the GoPro, a camera grip, like I say, your phone. So I love the GoPro, and the camera grip acts like a gimbal, so it keeps your footage steady and gives you more of a cinematic feel. You can also get gimbals for iPhones and other phones and things like that as well. So I'm not going to bore you with a family holiday here, but this is just going to quickly show you one video that I took while I was in Barcelona with my family a few years back using the GoPro, just to sort of show you the quality. And the reason why I want to show you this is it's highlighting what your customers could be producing when they're out in your destination. So using customer footage in your marketing by doing campaigns to entice them to send in footage, or maybe running competitions, whatever that would be, can work very well in marketing campaigns. So filming yourself or using footage from your customers can be highly successful. So let me just quickly show you this. I won't bore you with the full thing, but let me quickly show you this just to give you an idea of the quality of the footage. Like I said, I won't bore you with the full thing. It goes into more sweeping shots of buildings and things because we're on a bus tour. But again, something can be easily done for free. It's just free plus your time. There is, again, using tools that are readily available. No, a camera like that will cost you £350. May seem expensive, but the more and more videos you produce, it'll pay for itself time and time again. Like I say, you can use stock footage to produce video, just like that Iceland one that I've shown you there. Forgive me, this video is for another company that I run, but this is to highlight you can produce really high value ads using nothing but stock footage if it's an option. This video cost us £60 to put together. I edited it together. I wrote the script for it. We paid for a voiceover and for some music. The voiceover was something like £50. The music was £10, £20 or something like that. And we put it together. And this is being a very successful campaign for us. But it's again, just to show you, look, you don't need to spend hundreds of thousands of pounds on videos. These campaigns are working well. Now, if you can't produce professional video, I would say yes, do it. No, if you have the budgets for it. There's a time and place for the professional video, but there's also a time and place for quick videos and things that you can film and do yourself to get up there and create campaigns. And this is one of them. This video has produced really good results in terms of this platform. But let me just show you what can be done for that £60, £70 budget using stock footage, a voiceover, and some good music.
Imagine a world where you could not travel. A world where you could not experience a destination, a culture, or its people. Imagine a world without the life-changing moments we experience when we visit new places. In this post-COVID world, the travel industry is not just suffering, it is on its knees praying for things to get better. And they will get better. People are simply too curious about the world and want to explore new places and meet new people. Curiosity has been created to help small local tourism businesses survive and grow in a post-COVID world. When you book a tour or activity through an online travel agent like TripAdvisor and Booking.com, you're giving 20% of the fee to the big travel agent instead of the businesses who provide you with the amazing experiences that make travel so special. With Touriosity, 100% of the booking goes straight to the local tour or activity provider. So when you're ready for your next adventure, visit Touriosity.travel and keep the experience alive.
So as I say, 60, 70 pounds to put that together, and just my time to put it together. And this last one I want to show you before we finish here is, again, to show you that you do not need to spend, or you don't need to even have video footage, rather. This is a campaign we've created for a company here in Scotland who sell a travel pass. And we've used nothing but photographs. Photographs that they've supplied, mixed in with a couple of stock photographs to fill in some blanks. And this is a campaign that's going to be running in the next couple of months. But it's just, again, to show you an example of, you don't need video footage, you can use photographs, and as long as you're a little bit more creative, you can create good campaigns with this as well. So let me show you this video to give you an idea how this works. And again, this video was literally £30. We got some photographs, we edited together with some text overlays, and the money was paid for the stock music that was used within the ad. So let me show you that. So again, a video campaign for Facebook advertising or on your website or whatever that would be, it was £30 to produce that, apart from our time, etc., for editing it together and coming up with the concept. So you don't need to break the bank. No, you can do things like that, even without using video footage. But I would always say, whether you're going professional, whether you're going, filming it yourself, using a mixture of all these methods, there is no right and wrong, using a mixture of all the different methods, as long as it produces the results and as long as it produces a campaign that's going to be successful for you, that's all that really matters. But there is one caveat: it has to tell a story. Having that story behind it, what is it you're trying to convey, is the most important part of these campaigns, whether you're using video or not. It's all about story. In any marketing campaign, it's about telling people about your business. It's telling telling the stories of the people behind the business, your personality, getting that across. Don't try to be something that you're not. Just be yourself, and that will come across as more genuine, become across as more trustworthy, and that will ultimately get you sales and leads and all the things going forward. So I hope you've enjoyed this workshop. So in summary, video helps create lasting relationships. Video gets across your message faster. Video can be done on any budget. There is no excuse not to use video. You can use, if you're struggling for content and ideas, use what's around you. Look at the skill set within your own business, the staff, the people who work for you. What have they got within their own skill sets that can be used to create a video series or something along those sort of lines. But again, story is all that matters. So have a think about that. So thanks again. If you're interested in knowing more marketing advice and tips, I do have a book which is available for free in digital format at the moment in time. If you go to the lookersandtobookers.com, you can download a free version of the digital copy. A printed version is available on Amazon as well. And if you want more free advice, I produce, as I mentioned at the start, I produce a podcast and a video series called The Digital Tourism Show. We're up to episode 254, 55 just now. It's either talking to people or offering marketing advice, or it's got lots of opinions. So if you want to learn more about the marketing methods I use or what other people use, it's a great one to learn from. So thanks again, guys. And if you get any questions, I'll hopefully answer them now.